I'm 56 and a half years old. September 13th, 2020, on a Sunday. I think it's the 13th. Friday was the September 11th, so it must be the 13th. It's Sunday. This is a state of Stephanie's gardens. Starting to get towards middle of September. We haven't had our first frost yet, but it's been down to like 49, 46. I rebuilt the deck this year. Added 4 feet right there and turned that into 4 feet instead of just a walkway, and got rid of the stairs over there. If you can see the sun, kinda. We're having wildfires. Antifa and whatever else political divisions are starting fires right now in California and Oregon and Washington. And even though the news says it hasn't happened, they've caught people doing it. Anyway, I bought some garden carts. I bought 2 garden carts for $100. The big boxy one's one of them. You can see the other garden cart has a wheel that's been blown out, and I'm making a cart to haul the kids around in. But that got put on hold. We only had one person for our September barbecue with the team, and so it got hold on. We have the title in for the van. It hasn't arrived yet. I have not been able to get it going. I'm going to have to call in a professional. You can see down there I have fire hoses. I have set up a firefighting system, which I could only expand on. I'd like to put sprinklers out in the woods, out to the garden path, or out to my woods path at least. Anyway, probably 12 of them over 200 feet. Each one covers about 60 feet. I think that ought to do it. We bought a pontoon boat this year. It's just been absolutely glorious. We've been out 10 times, I think, since May, including going to a trip to Wenatchee. Twin Lakes was canceled with my parents due to the virus worries. Anyway, so this is where my path starts. I'm walking up to the north part of our property, on the Ray's property, which I'm currently on. And I am going to the beginning of the garden path. See, that evil weed is everywhere now on the side. It's killed some of the trees. So Ray cleared out a lot of this stuff earlier, but he never really got rid of the piles. You can see there's piles over there. Anyway, there's a little sandbar that Steph likes to play on with Molly. And here's the beginning of my garden path. So I've put down a lot of dirt. I've dug out 17 loads now, 17 yards, plus like 40, 50 gallon buckets when I was digging mud. But now the pond is dry, so I can dig dirt. So we're going to walk along the path. There's one of my $50 dump carts, John Deere dump cart. It's a 10P, brand new. They're like $280. This is what I call the river walk, which is, this is the only part of the river it goes by, unfortunately. But big giant trees. Thank goodness we didn't have any fires. Big stumps. In here, if you look in there, kids used to play in here. I've never actually been in that far. The kids, you can see all the chipping on the. They chopped that, trying to chop it out. Anyway, here's one of my dumps. I have 3 of these to get rid of all the deadfalls, windfalls that are on the path. So you can see all the bumps I'm filling in with sand to make this a smooth path. And then Kimmy had a good idea that I should get some wood chips and wood chip it, which is interesting. So up here, oh, I just saw a chipmunk. So up here, when everything flooded, we had the big flood of 2009. This is the cut through where the water came in from this upper part of the yard and went right through our yard right here. And so otherwise, if that cut through wasn't there, I'm pretty sure that the river would have not flooded this upper part of the yard. So I am going to fill this in, probably, maybe about that high, so that any other floods won't flood our yard. Maybe. Think about it. Depends how much dirt I use on the path. You can see I've put quite a bit of dirt on. Oh, I just heard Mr. Chipmunk. Let's see if we can see him. He usually likes to peep around the tree. Oop. Bee. So you can see I've built up the path quite a bit along here. I have someplace to put my 20 yards of dirt so far. And here's the car at the front part of the path towards our property. And it joins up. Now we're going to walk along the path. Fill that hole in so that during the winter time it doesn't fill with water. At least some of the times. I walk this every day with Molly. Malls and I walk it every day. It's kind of our thing. So I think this cut through where they took a bulldozer continues on that way someplace. I'm not sure how far, but if you keep on going that way, eventually you'll run into a stream. You can see where the deer have come through. They've knocked it down. Anyway, I'm going to go poke around in there at some point. So this is the first corner. Well, this will be the northeast corner, I think, something like that. Northwest corner. Northeast corner. So it kind of meanders along because I had to dig right through there. I moved 50 ferns over the time of the path, and the path is actually the path of least resistance because the ferns are such a pain in the butt to dig, and so I did it to move as few ferns as possible. So right over there, that's where the swamp is. So I went to the stream over there, that way, and I came out right here on a deer path. You should see the deer path. You can see I've cut some stuff. There'll be dirt right here to cover all these roots. Kind of like that tree. Oh, there's the Tig. The Tig is with me. There's been a lot of trees dying lately. You can see up there's dead trees. And that might be because of the swamp, I'm not sure, but we've had some trees die on the driveway too. So here's where I came out I came out over there. But anyway, that right there is my hill, and I'm going to clear all that out here soon. So this is my pond that I'm working on. And so far I've taken 20 yards out. So you can see that everywhere from here all the way, this whole thing will be a big pond. So I had the boards put down and I was digging mud out of this part right here. So you wouldn't know it, but that's like 45, 50 5-gallon buckets of mud, just this little bit right here. This is 17 garden carts of dirt out, which would be 17 yards plus the extra on top, which might be around 22 yards now of dirt that I've taken out, believe it or not, cubic yards. So anyway, that was the deer path that goes all the way to the stream, which I just walked today with a machete. Got nettled quite a bit, but I made it all the way to the stream. You can see right up over there, there's the crest of the hill, and the stream runs along the base of the hill, and it's about 3-4 feet down. So I'm definitely gonna have to have a gravity pump or a spiral pump, and I want to pump the water up the top of this particular wash and have water in here all year round. It goes up right through there, and you can see it's full of water during the spring and winter, but during the summer it dries up, and so I hope to have a pump to fill it. Tick tick tick, tick 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 tick, Tiggy. Tig comes on the walks too with Molly. Tick tick tick. So anyway, the soil on the bottom of the swamp where I'm digging that particular wash is actually really sandy, and then it's also clay. So there's a big layer of clay that I haven't dug through, but I'm hoping to dig through the layer of clay and line all the sides, and then line the bottom of the pond. There's my tick tick tick. There's my $3 pick that I refurbished and tung oiled and made it all nice. So coming to the southeast part of the path, and over where Cameron is, and Bruce and Lila, but we're not going to take that way. So we come out right here at the top of my shed. Anyway, that is my garden path update for September 13th, 2020. And the election is going to be over in 56 days, something like that. And when it's over, hopefully this whole virus thing will stop. So this is Stephanie's garden. So all those right there, those are all the rejects that I planted from Stephanie's dahlias. And I actually got like 30 plants this year from the rejects. Those are her primary right here that she's all fertilized. We had sunflowers, and there's the other dahlia garden, and there's the other dahlia garden. You can see the big sunshades I put over the dahlias to keep them. But anyway, the garden has been interesting this year. It's not as bad as last year when everything got burnt, but it's been so dry, and it was really cold. It started out really cold. Anyway, see you later.